So have you been wondering what's behind the reasons for leaving Naples, Florida that we've kind of been hearing about lately? Well, I know it might seem strange to talk about people leaving what many consider paradise, but as someone who lives and breathes the Naples lifestyle every day, I wanted to give you the real scoop on what's happening down here in our community. So now, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love Naples. It is still one of the most gorgeous places to live in the entire country. But part of being an honest real estate professional means acknowledging the changing landscape of our city. So today, I'm going to break down exactly what's driving some folks to reconsider their Naples residence, especially those who have vacation homes or investment properties here. So here we go. Hi there, I'm Diane Harris, your local lifestyle and luxury property specialist right here in Naples, Florida. And on this channel, I cover everything about living in Naples and Southwest Florida. If you're also thinking about buying a second home or an investment property in Naples, or if you're curious about our market right now, this video is going to give you an unfiltered truth about what's really happening here in 2025. I'll share the challenges we're facing, but also how these challenges might actually create opportunities for savvy buyers like yourself. So without further ado, let's dive into the real reasons some people are leaving Naples in 2025 and what that means for those considering buying property in our little slice of paradise. So starting with the rising cost of paradise. So let's face it, Naples has always been known as a luxury destination, but in recent years, the cost of living in Naples, Florida 2025 has skyrocketed to levels that are causing even wealthy homeowners to think twice. According to the recent market data, the overall average sales price in Naples increased in 2024 to a whopping $1,082,000. That's more than double the national average. And it's not just home prices. Everything from groceries to dining out to basic services can cost significantly more here than in many other communities in Florida. For many of my clients who own second homes here, especially those who are only spending winters or a few months a year in Naples, it's becoming harder sometimes to justify maintaining a property that sits empty most of the time while still requiring year-round expenses. Property taxes continue to climb nationally, and for those of you coming from high-tax northern states thinking Florida will be a major tax break, well, you might be surprised at how those savings can be quickly eaten up by some other costs. So then there's the insurance situation, which has become a genuine concern for many homeowners. After several active hurricane seasons, insurance companies have either dramatically increased their rates or some have pulled out of Florida altogether. I've worked with clients who've seen their annual premiums jump from $5,000 to $15,000 in just a couple of years. And for a vacation home that's only used part-time, that math may not add up anymore, especially when you start adding in the costs of HOA fees and property management, pool maintenance, and other costs that come with homeownership anywhere. But here's where it gets interesting. This cost pressure isn't affecting everyone equally. So there's some changing community dynamics, and a significant factor that doesn't always make headlines is the subtle but profound change in Naples' community character. So the Naples, Florida Community Insights 2025 reveal a city in transition. What was once primarily a seasonal community of snowbirds has increasingly become home to full-time residents, like myself, but including many young families and remote workers who arrived during the pandemic. So while this has brought wonderful new energy to our area, it's also changed the pace and the feel of Naples life a little bit. Many of my clients who purchased homes here decades ago tell me that Naples doesn't have the same relaxed, small-town feel that it once did. Traffic congestion has increased dramatically, with previously easy 10-minute drives now taking maybe 20 minutes or more during season. Popular restaurants that once welcomed walk-ins now require reservations weeks in advance. Golf tee times, tennis courts, pickleball courts, and beach parking have all become more competitive to secure. So these quality of life changes affect the very reasons that many people chose Naples in the first place. And what about the real estate market challenges? So the Naples, Florida housing market analysis in 2025 shows a market in transition as well. So while prices have continued to rise, the pace of sales has cooled considerably. So according to recent data, February 2025 showed sales volumes down 9.5% compared to the previous year, while pending sales decreased by 28%. So for sellers accustomed to a frenzied market of 2021 and 2022, when properties received multiple offers within days, this new reality can be discouraging. Homes now spend an average of 80 to 90 days or more on the market before going under contract, and that's an increase of about 15 days compared to the previous year. However, this is more in line with our pre-pandemic numbers of 100 days or plus in 2019. And that was a normal balanced market. So this extended marketing period gives buyers more time to consider their options, but it creates uncertainty for sellers. So additionally, the 76% in price reductions compared to last year indicates sellers are becoming more flexible in their negotiations, which is a significant shift from the seller's market of recent years. So for second homeowners considering selling, these market conditions present a complex calculation. So many purchased their Naples properties years ago and have seen substantial appreciation. However, the slowing pace of sales, combined with some economic uncertainty, has some owners deciding to cash out while values remain high rather than risk a potential market correction. Particularly for older owners who view their Naples property as part of their retirement portfolio, the calculation often tilts towards selling when they see early signs of a market softening. Inventory levels have also increased, giving buyers more options but creating more competition for sellers. And as of early 2025, buyers have more negotiating power than at any point in the past 3 years. So for owners who need to sell quickly due to health concerns, financial changes, or other life circumstances, this means potentially accepting less than they might have received a year or two ago. It's also worth noting that the luxury market, properties over $2 million, has remained more stable than other segments as wealthy buyers are less affected by interest rate fluctuations. However, even in this segment, increasing inventory and longer marketing periods have become the norm. So the days of setting a record price simply because your home is in Naples are, for now, at least behind us. What about the alternatives? Places, maybe some of the best places to live in Florida in 2025. One of the most interesting trends I've observed is that many people aren't leaving Florida altogether. They're just relocating to other Florida communities that offer similar benefits to Naples, but at a lower price point. So as rankings of the best places to live in Florida in 2025 continue to highlight emerging communities, many Naples homeowners are exploring some other alternatives. Communities along Florida's east coast like Stewart, Vero Beach, and Delray Beach offer beautiful waterfront living, excellent dining, and cultural amenities, occasionally at price points that are below or comparable to Naples properties. However, the vibe on the East Coast is very, very different from that of Naples. The Sarasota area continues to attract former Naples residents with its vibrant art scene and similar coastal lifestyle. Even areas like Bonita Springs and Estero, just north of Naples, offer many of the same amenities at more moderate prices. So these alternative locations often provide the Florida lifestyle without some of Naples' growing pains. Some have less traffic congestion, more available tea times, and restaurants where you can still get a table without planning weeks ahead, which is always frustrating. And for those who originally chose Naples for its relaxed atmosphere rather than its prestige, these communities can represent a return to some of that Florida lifestyle that they originally sought. So let's address the rumor of population decline in Naples, Florida in 2025. What do the numbers tell us? So the data confirms what many of us have observed anecdotally, that the population decline in Naples, Florida in 2025 is not a reality, regardless of what some people think. According to the Census Bureau, the greater Naples-Marco Island region has gone from 250,000 in 2000 to 375,000 in 2020. And now the estimate rolls in for 2024 at 416,000, with an anticipated growth of around 2% in 2025. That isn't exactly a population decline in Collier County. However, the growth rate is definitely slower than during the pandemic. One thing that may be noticeable to residents is a decrease of snowbirds or tourists that flock to Naples each winter. When we talk about the impact of our seasonal residents here, or people who live here 6 months or so, who boost our population by around 25 to even 35% each winter, you also have to take into consideration visitors and tourists, many of whom stay for 3 months or more. They in turn put significant pressure on the area for services, traffic, healthcare, restaurants, you name it. And to put that all into perspective, visitors, meaning non-residents or homeowners, logged in at over 2.9 million in 2022. That number dropped to 2.7 million in 2023 and just barely increased to 2.759 million in 2024. So the projection is for an increase of about 4% in 2025. So when people discuss population declines in a community like Naples, Florida, it's tough to tell the residents from the tourists, particularly in our resort community. So when you feel like there are less people in some months or weeks, there probably are. And that can be due to the tourists changing schedules due to weather, illness, and the like. But it doesn't change the fact that the population has continued to slowly increase about 2% annually since 2021. So what do the Naples, Florida real estate trends in 2025 really mean for buyers and sellers? So the Naples, Florida real estate trends in 2025 present a more balanced market than we've seen since 2019. According to the recent market reports, This creates both challenges and opportunities depending on which side of the transaction you're on. So, for sellers, recognizing this new reality is crucial. Properties now take longer to sell, with homes typically spending significantly more days on the market before going under contract. Price reductions have become more common, with data showing a 76% increase in price reductions compared to this time last year. But this doesn't mean that property values are collapsing. Median prices are still up considerably compared to pre-pandemic levels, but it does mean that sellers need to be realistic about their expectations and they need to use strategic pricing. So for buyers, particularly those looking for second home or investment properties, the current market offers the best conditions in several years. With more inventory available, there's less pressure to make immediate decisions, and there's opportunities for negotiation. That has been expanded considerably. So the days of competing against dozens of offers and waiving inspections are largely behind us, allowing for more thoughtful and measured purchasing decisions. So the luxury segment continues to show resilience, with significant developments like the Ritz-Carlton residences, the Naples Beach Club, Rosewood, and many more, creating new inventory at the high end of the market. So these projects, with condos starting at the $5 million plus area, they demonstrate continued confidence in Naples' appeal to wealthy buyers. The Ritz-Carlton residences on Vanderbilt Beach, with approximately 70% of their units, are already sold despite prices starting at $5 million plus. So this shows that there remains strong demand at the luxury level despite broader market shifts. New developments will continue to reshape Naples in the coming years. The extension of Fifth Avenue South with the Avenue project, spanning 4.3 acres, will add luxury condominiums atop boutique shops and restaurants. The Four Seasons Resort is just one of many luxury condominium communities that are expected to open on the Gulf of Mexico in late 2025. And Restoration Hardware and other high-end retailers are expanding in the Waterside Shops area. So these developments reinforce Naples' position as a luxury destination while adding inventory that may impact the resale market in certain segments. But what about quality of life in Naples, Florida? Well, it's still among the best. Despite the challenges I've outlined, I want to emphasize that the quality of life here in Naples, Florida remains exceptional by almost any standard. U.S. News and World Report ranked Naples as the #1 place in the U.S. to live and the #1 place in the U.S. to retire for both 2024 and 2025. And that's those accolades that speak to the enduring appeal of our beautiful community. Our pristine beaches with their soft white sand and turquoise waters continue to rank among some of the best in the world. The natural beauty that first drew people to Naples remains unspoiled in many areas, with preserves like the Rookery Bay National Estuarine Research Reserve offering glimpses of that old Florida that seem unchanged by time. And for nature lovers and outdoor enthusiasts, Naples offers year-round opportunities for boating, fishing, paddleboarding, and wildlife observation that few communities can match. The dining scene continues to evolve in exciting ways, with over 50 new restaurants expected to open in 2025 alone. So whether you prefer casual, beachfront dining, or sophisticated culinary experiences, Naples offers options to satisfy every palate. The arts and cultural scene thrives, with Artistes Naples hosting world-class performances, numerous galleries showcasing everything from traditional to contemporary works. And for golf enthusiasts, Naples maintains its reputation as a premier destination with over 90 courses in the immediate area. And it's worth noting that many of these courses have undergone significant renovations in the recent years, enhancing both playability and amenities. Tennis and the rapidly growing sport of pickleball, which I love, are all equally well served, with facilities ranging from public courts to exclusive private clubs. And just a little tidbit, Naples hosts the U.S. Open Pickleball Championships right down here in East Naples every year. So healthcare, despite the scheduling challenges that we mentioned earlier, offers world-class quality. NCH Healthcare System continues to expand its services and earn national recognition for excellence in multiple specialties. For those with complex medical needs, the proximity to the renowned physicians and facilities of the Tampa or the St. Petersburg area provides additional peace of mind. Now, when I speak with clients who've decided to stay in Naples despite these challenges, they consistently mention the quality of friendships and social connections they've developed here. They have a shared appreciation for Naples' beauty and lifestyle, and it creates a natural foundation for building relationships with like-minded individuals, and that social fabric remains one of our community's greatest strengths. So while Naples is experiencing growing pains and some residents are choosing to relocate, the fundamental qualities that made Naples special continue to shine brightly. And for those with the financial resources to comfortably afford Naples living, and those who have a genuine appreciation for what makes our community unique, the Naples experience remains unmatched. So if you've been thinking about buying or selling in Naples, I'd love to help you navigate this changing market. And remember, challenges often create great opportunities for savvy buyers and sellers who understand the nuances of what's really happening. Reach out and connect with me. I'm happy to schedule a strategy call with you. No obligations, just clarity. Just click on the QR code on the screen or check out my contact details in the description below. Drop a comment below with any questions, and don't forget to subscribe to stay updated on all my Naples real estate videos. Until next time, this is Diane Harris, wishing you sunshine and blue skies. And I hope this video helps you love the way you live, Naples. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you found this video helpful in learning about the real reasons people are leaving Naples in Florida in 2025. If you liked this video and want to know more about the real estate market in Southwest Florida, I have a bunch of videos and a playlist just about that. Click on the box on the screen to watch or in the description below. And also connect with me, reach out. My contact information is there, and I would love to hear your comments on future videos that you'd like to see me do. And remember, don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon, get all those social updates and all that stuff. Thanks again for watching. I'm Diane Harris, and I'll see you in the next video.